Good evening, Sean.
Evening, Dave. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Great. How am I
Did I throw
lit?
you by beating you to the
Oh,
how are you?
No, that's
how
fine.
Are you lit?
How am I lit?
Good.
Am I
Excellent.
lit, as the kids say?
Do you? Hey, do you have a ring light?
I do have a ring light. That's why I'm
Wow.
asking, because like it's still quite new. It's new. It feels kind of new to me, and really, I only use it for streaming and some really important work things. My regular work meetings, not worth it. I don't bother.
No. You definitely like. I definitely have a. I'm giving a talk, Sean, and I'm just in a Zoom meeting, Sean.
Yeah.
And the Zoom meeting, Sean, I have like bags under my eyes because of the lighting and like dark,
you're underlit,
miserable, like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I can't. I like you pointed this out to me. We bought our ring lights just as like lettering finished.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was. I do see it very much as a thing for streaming. My students don't care how well lit I am, really. Yours might notice a bit more.
They have written. I didn't. They didn't mention the lighting because, of course, it was just that one lecture. But
I'm still finding it quite bright. That's the thing, and I'm aware that like I've just turned my normal lights on because the risk is I'm very bright, like well lit, and the background's kind of not even like streamer cool dark with like a purple underglow light or whatever. It's just a drably lit room.
You need your YouTube. You need your YouTube shelf. Like,
I do.
You've got a wall there. You could put a YouTube shelf on.
Yeah, Kath will be delighted because she's wanted shelves up here for like as long as we've moved in. So
and you could put all your Warhammer figurines on there that you're painting. I
could put them on, but they'd be tiny because that's actually about like 8 to 10 feet away. So yeah, but that could be a thing I could do. But anyway, that's us. That's our lighting. I'm gonna play some Darkest Dungeon now. Sean, you've not played this, you said.
No, I haven't.
No. Okay. So it's not an old game, but it's been around for a while. So. Would you like?
Definitely something I've gone.
What? I was just gonna say, would you like to watch the intro cinematic?
If you think it's essential, otherwise I'm okay jumping in and you explaining.
I think it's worth watching because then I don't have to explain.
Okay, go for it. Is there subtitles?
Should be subtitles. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Is there voice acting as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I look like in meetings without my light on.
Yeah, and you're often writing things down and ink and quill.
Yeah. She's shadowed. That's definitely.
Yeah.
Shadow doesn't say to me Darkest Dungeon.
No, shadowy dungeon is not quite. It's got to have some light in it, I guess.
That's what I want to see. I want to see the game about the lightest dungeon.
Of course you do. It's a bold font choice, I feel, for subtitles, because like the idea of subtitles is that it's easy to read alongside things.
Yeah,
it's not an easy font to read.
No. Salt-soaked crags. That's a nice
sibilant sentence there.
Is this Lovecraftian?
It is, yeah.
Evening, Dave Stoft.
Evening, Dave.
That is a cool-looking monster with like 3 mouths.
Yeah.
Consciousness failed me in a few Zoom meetings, I tell you.
Return home, claim your birthright.
Hey, Nacho.
Evening, Nacho.
Do you have any birthrights? I don't think I do.
Birthrights. I think my family does have a coat of arms, would you believe?
What?
I know.
What?
I know. Crazy. Right, I'm going to go with the normal difficulty. I have played this before a little while ago. I don't think we'd have a great time if I went on the hardest difficulty. So I'm just going to, go with your normal. Fine. So Darkest Dungeon. Oh, sorry. Got a little more of even another intro cinematic.
This is the actual intro cinematic.
Well, the campaign one, yeah.
Every so often I think about how horses used to like pull cars, and like that, how does that even like how that's incredible. like multiple horses.
I mean, if you like, horses are insane. Like they're incredibly strong, incredibly heavy. Like, whew,
I think horses might scare me more than large fish.
By large fish, do you mean like sharks, or do you mean
I
like
mean like
salmon?
any fish bigger than like standard textbook.
Okay, horses are fucking terrifying. I'm with you on that.
I mean, I'm kind of okay if the fish is in the water. It's just when you're in an aquarium and they're at head height that I don't quite like. I don't really like it.
Oh, okay. So with the stagecoach destroyed and the caretaker gone, you will have to make the journey to the hamlet on foot. So yeah, I'd kind of forgotten it has this slight kind of tutorial showing you how to. Weird. Is my screen just popped out? There we go. How to play the game type thing.
Yeah.
But that's no bad thing. It will remind me. Okay. Yeah. So you move between rooms on the map. That's groovy. So these are like. Oh yeah, that's moving. That's not the map, right? So here's the map. So I can zoom in and out here on this bottom right.
Yeah.
Here, yeah. So this is wherever the torch symbol is where you are, and then it's where you move to this room, right? And hallway movement. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you can just click, and you click until something happens, like this. So we got ambushed, right? And it's turn-based. You click the skill icon you want to use, and different skills have different targets. So it's often about ordering of you versus ordering of the enemies. Often, like that comes into things tactically, right? So you have like an initiative for like who's going first and out of your party and things like that. So obviously, tankier characters and slower characters go after your kind of quicker characters. So we've got a highwayman character here, Dimas, and we can do some of these skills. Now, the skills that are grayed out are ones that I think I can't use for whatever reason. I think because of where people are on here. So I can open vein, so it's a nice easy one. So I'm just going to click that one, and then I click on who I want to open vein, and he goes in and he deals some damage.
Did the tutorial tell you that?
Yeah, it did. It does. It's what I couldn't quite figure out. So I thought those skills should have been usable, but if you see the red dots here, that's the enemy position. So normally there's 4 total positions on your enemy side and 4 total positions on your side when you have 4 characters, 4 enemies. So some of these things, for some reason, well, this guy can do all his skills, so that's fine. So I've always liked crowd control, so I'm going to stun this guy, or at least try to. There you go, so that he won't attack me. Dave, they're both kind of lackeys. So you're the guy who, like with the birthright, like what Sean was saying. So you're kind of coming back to try and rescue the family reputation, heirlooms, whatever. And these are lackeys that you hire along the way. So we pick up the gold, and then we go to the map, and then we get, because we're only halfway, we're not at the room yet, right? So this is just corridor time as far as the game's concerned. And then there are like objects to like click on, so we can check inside the tent, or we can ignore it, or sometimes you can put items in here that will change what this thing does. So like if you had I don't think gold does anything, but like if it's relevant, sometimes it's not. So we're just going to check inside the tent, and we find some treasure. Yeah. So yeah, what's it saying here? Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. Your inventory is finite. So if you run out of space for stuff, you have to get rid of something before you can. I'm trying to remember how you actually go in a room. I think I have to walk back a bit. There we go. Okay.
Walk past the door.
Yeah. You can't go through the door without. If you're not in the right position to. Right. So this guy's a big chonky fella. So I think he takes up like a lot of room in the. He might take up room of 2 people in the kind of number of enemies you can have. So this is a great trouble. So this would, because of the way the red dots are connected there, that means I would get the first 3 people in the enemies, but I can only do it if I'm in position 2 or 3. If I'm in position 1 or 4, I can't do this ability. Right, so I don't think I could have done this before, but I can't remember. But
okay, right.
So your positioning and their positioning is really, really important.
Yeah. Okay.
And
what was that game we were playing where the positioning made no difference, and we were like, why does it matter?
Oh yeah, that was like, was it Nowhere Prophet? It felt like it didn't quite matter.
Maybe.
So it's 50%. So you can see here as well, like this guy's got 1 action remaining, so he's yet to go. So if I wanted to like kill him first or whatever before he had an action, that's a good tactic. I could try and CC him, so I could like crowd control him, so I could try and stun him with this guy. But this guy's got a 50% stun resist, so you can start tracking the resistances. So there's a lot going on with the game. Once you fully get into it, you can just click buttons and hit damage, and it's fine. But if you want to try and get a little bit of tactical play in there, this guy's only got 25% resistance to stun, but I can't target him because he's in position 3, right? So I can't target this guy with a stun. So I'm going to try stunning this guy because he's the only one I can, and luckily I do, and then he doesn't get his go, basically.
Right.
We've dodged that guy's attack, and we're back round to Dimas. So
did he just try and defend a bullet with a sword? I love it when these games do this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. You got to defend those bullets with them swords. So I'm just gonna shoot. I want to kill the small guy at the back if I can. Oh, there we go. I just did. Okay, so most monsters die. They leave corpses. Corpses act as temporary obstacles, so that could be useful as well. You can destroy them, or monsters can destroy them potentially. But yeah, he's there as a corpse, and sometimes that's relevant. That thing that came up there, that black number, along the bottom, you have, as well as you have, each character has health, they have stress, right? Because Darkest Dungeon is a stressful, dungeon diving is a stressful process. So that's just another thing to resource, I guess it's a resource that you have to keep an eye on.
That's kind of the core hook of this game, right?
Yeah.
A stress meter, I think.
Yeah. From
what I understand of the game.
Yeah. And this is largely the game. There's a light meter at the top which depending on how dark it gets, the more stressful things get.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's cool.
And you know that can happen over time, but you also it has different effects, like, you know, as it says here, you know, plus to dodging, plus to stress, which is bad for you, plus for monsters crit, which is bad for you, but the others are positive. So you can like make tactical choices on whether or not you want like people do like dark runs, for instance, right, where they deliberately make the dungeons as dark as possible and seek to gain some benefit from that.
They make the dungeon dark where they go later in the day or something?
You if you don't want to do that, you use these torches, right, to increase the light level. So it's more about like not doing something.
Right, not using torches. Okay, right. Yeah.
So yeah, we can return to town after a quest, and that will be the core game loop, basically. You'll return to Hamlet, continue adventuring. It's a bit weird that we get continue adventuring, so I'm pretty sure this is the end of this dungeon, but other dungeons, you know, you'll complete the main quest, but you could stick around.
Is there like a push your luck kind of element to that?
Yeah, indeed.
I have to say, this game looks sweet. Like, I think I'm really, really liking the art style. Like, I've seen a lot before, but I've not really seen it in motion like this, I guess. And lots of really nice effects.
Yeah, it's got some really nice polish, definitely, and you know, for sure. Like the art style is a big draw for a lot of people. I think it will put off some people, especially people who like brighter, happier games. It's a very grim game.
You wouldn't describe this as wholesome.
No, and actually it's funny, I skipped past it when booting up the game for the start of the stream, but there's a message at the start of the game that's like basically kind of trying to get people ready for the fact that you're going to lose, your characters are going to die, and that's okay. Like you will just keep going, because like as much as we might get to know and love Dimas and Reynold, they gain XP, and they gain these, like, so he's got -5 max HP, but he's got +2 crit, so they gain traits as they kind of do dungeons. It's a random chance, but they're going to die and get replaced. Like over the course of the whole game, you will get a ton of them, basically.
Yeah.
Squalid Hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So Dave's saying the devs made some changes early on to placate the "Oh no, my guy" people, heart attacks nerfed. I heard so my kind of general what I know about this game is like I followed so a streamer played this when it was first in early access, like, and then they came, and I remember him saying he wasn't going to bring it back because he didn't like a lot of those changes, and so I did know about it's got that there's some I know it's I get the impression through not playing it that it had a quite tricky early access period in terms of the changes they made and how happy people were with them. So that'd be interesting. So is that like an accessibility option or something in the? Do you have like the options you can look at to see if that's there?
Let's have a look. So options, gameplay. This is quest warnings. Trinkets not being equipped. Okay, so like that's more if you've like missed something. Warnings if you've not got much food. Okay. Sure, more even long term. Okay, interesting. That's more of a
you can even scroll down, is that right?
Yeah, there's quite a bit then. So you can turn off the corpse mechanic. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I remember like if you I thought this was a good mechanic because there was a point when I was first playing where it was like I could just grind them down. Like I was like playing very defensively and I could stop them hurting me, but I wasn't killing them very quickly. And there was just something like I could benefit from that. And then the game was like, ba-ba, you know, here's some reinforcements. because you know, stop trying to game the system kind of thing. So, but it's like you say, it's interesting that all these can be messed around with.
Yeah.
So you can play these. I'll leave them on normal, but you can mess around with them if some of the like the game's mechanics are just not to your liking. You know, I guess that's fine.
I'm going to add that I'm literally going to start writing a list of things I want to talk about because there's some interesting stuff here. But I think I'll let you get on with in. So what's going on now?
So at the Stagecoach, you recruit new heroes. So like you came to the Hamlet in the Stagecoach, more heroes come, and they're different classes. So we get to see. So our first two, like we had a rogue and like a knight, and then we get a seeker. Oh no, a vestal. Sorry, who's like a holy woman, like a nun, and then a plague doctor who. Well, we'll just take a plague doctor and not talk too much about that, obviously. So yeah, like so many things in these kinds of games, a bit like Loop Hero, I guess, as well. You upgrade your Hamlet to improve, you know, different functions within it, but you only get a limited number of upgrades at any point, and you get resources, which you can see a bit again, a lot like Loop Hero down at the bottom here. These are resources used to upgrade the town. So like we got busts, we got portraits, we got deeds, and we got crests. So we pick these up by doing dungeon runs. There are heirlooms, our birthright, whatever. So the Stagecoach is a good one to start upgrading right from the get-go, I think. I seem to remember anyway. So number of recruits for hire, the size of the roster, so you can max it out a little bit more. And then higher level recruits come, you know, because at the moment they're all level like 0 when they turn up. My guys are level 1, these guys are level 0. So, you know, but you can't do this yet until you've upgraded other parts of the Hamlet. Right. So I think we'll get, let's increase the size of the roster. And yeah, let's go for one of these as well.
Word is traveling. Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
So, okay, cool. So then I'll go back to these. So this is the graveyard where, you know, characters will die, and that's where they all go. Yeah. I don't think I ever really clicked on here very much, but if you're the sentimental type, you can just go and remind yourself how many people die. Okay, so it's telling me there's not much to do, but I will just show us a couple of other places. So there's the Nomad shop. You can buy items, which is kind of cool if you know a lot and you really want to specify some things, because like each person has an inventory, which okay. I wonder if I can go and remember where the character inventories are. It's not. That's the log. That's the trinket inventory. Oh, okay. Maybe it's here then. Once I actually have some trinkets, I will actually be able to equip some.
Yeah, maybe you drag it on there or something. And
yeah, this is basically your FMV vault. Basically, anytime you get an FMV, you can go back and kind of do that as well.
Yeah.
And then this is the activity log, which has got kind of just all the things you've done, but also all the goals, so you can see all the things that, you know, the game wants you to do.
You can. So are they like achievements?
Yeah, basically, but they're really just telling you what you want to be doing in the game to finish it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you don't have to, but like what else are you doing in this game really if you're not working towards most of them? They're mostly pretty clear and just basically level up heroes, defeat all the dungeons. Yeah. So this is the like pre-embark phase. It shows you where you can go. So you have to unlock different things to get to this part. So these are the areas: the Warrens, the Weald, the Cove, and the Ruins, and then the final area of the Darkest Dungeon. And different
you don't
enemies.
Just go to the Darkest Dungeon straight away.
No, you are not ready, sir, for the Darkest of Dungeons.
Yeah.
So we can go to. I think this is like saying we can go to Warrens, or no, we can go to the Ruins. Sorry, Warrens is locked. Weald is locked. Cove is locked. And they're just, you get used to it. They're different enemy types. So the Cove is all like sea monsters. The Ruins are skeletal, and they make this all makes a bit of a difference.
Do you need to add your 2 new guys to your party?
I do. Yeah. So we're going to pop them there and them there.
And is this the order they'll be standing in?
It is, but you can move that, and people can get pulled and pushed out of position anyway. So you do sometimes have to take an action to move your guys around.
Yeah. Okay.
I seem to remember both of these are okay near the back, but I might move the monk and the plague doctor around. And did you notice the name came up? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So each combination, depending on where you have them, I think has a different name. So like if you just there we go, and I can just move them around. Oh, that one doesn't. So obviously that's just something you never do, because you always have the knight up front, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice touch. And then you've got the rewards for the quest and the goal, and the type of mission it is. So it's just a scouting mission. That will change. But if I click here, provisions. Sorry. We then get to buy provisions for the quest. It's all coming back to me. So we get an anti-venom and some holy water, which is groovy. We do want some torches, for sure. Can't remember how many we need. So I'm just going to get... Oh, yeah, it comes in stacks of 8. So we'll get 2 stacks. Food you definitely need. So let's get... The more provisions you take, obviously the less... it costs you money anyway, but also the less treasure you can bring back. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you use those things, presumably.
Yes, yeah, indeed. I don't think we'll need any kind of buff or debuff removing stuff. I might take a key just in case, and then we're just going to get on with it.
Cool.
And this will show you basically the core game loop. You just go through the dungeon and then get out back to Hamlet, go through the dungeon.
Yeah, yeah.
So go on.
Well, I was going to say, something that you said is that the game kind of started out with a message that said, hey, you're going to die a lot and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of we've kind of wrestled with this idea of how do you communicate that idea to someone that part of the game is losing. That's a really challenging thing to say to people. Is no, you're meant to lose.
Yeah,
this is you're not meant to be able to do this right now. You're meant to lose a few times and then eventually you're able to do it.
Yeah.
Which I guess is that kind of roguelike-ish thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I mean, yeah, because it's not something you really want to naturally say to people, right?
Yeah.
But by the way, this game is difficult and you're going to struggle to do it. That's a lot of people find losing at things not so fun, right?
Yeah, there's games are meant to be a bit of a, it's not meant to be, but there's a lot of people play games, or I don't even know if that's fair, but there's a lot of this idea of the power fantasy of a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of that you can do stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to do. So if you say to someone, okay, you're going to, for fun, lose a bunch.
Yeah.
it's weird. Like it's strange that we find.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, Dave,
yeah.
But as Dave Soft says there, like so much of what we do in games really is about finding the challenge, right? Like that's like if games aren't challenging, they are often not fun. So we want that challenge.
Yeah.
So it's often for a lot of people it's a fine tightrope between you know what is fun and challenging and what is not fun because it's too difficult. And that's subjective. That's something that's different for everyone, right?
I think, anyway. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. So for example, like, and I've been playing the Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh yeah.
So like with I'm currently playing through Mass Effect 1, and I got to the point where I kept losing these battles, and it was getting a bit frustrating. And because it's an old game, there was a couple of times where I got stuck on geometry, and like I kind of lost because of bugs and stuff.
Okay.
I've switched the combat to easy.
Okay.
And like I'm playing through, and my thought and I'm thinking, do you know what? I'm going to play through Mass Effect 1 on easy. Mass Effect 2, I'm going to play that in normal. And then Mass Effect 3, I'll probably play on normal. And I just want to get through the story. I think in that situation,
and that's fair enough. Yeah, like it's like you say, it's about what are you playing the game for?
Yeah. Nacho saying, would a dopamine reward-based response help with the frequent losses and defeats?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. Like it's and this game definitely does that. I think like it doesn't say. I can't remember if there is a full fail state, like a game over level fail state. There might well be. I mean, all your characters can die, but then I believe you just kind of go back. And
start hiring new characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Gee, don't ask about the old. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what happened to the last guys. And so, yeah, the other thing that popped into my head as well is when we were looking at that difficulty menu, and those layers of the granularity that you could control that, which I find quite interesting. And I've seen more and more. I've kind of seen and heard about games doing that kind of stuff, and so to the point where the most recent Ratchet and Clank game, which I haven't played, but I've just heard people talking about it. You can slow the game down, so make the game run like at half speed or something. It's kind of interesting. It's been making me think a lot about like what could we do in our games, and what options could we add to, say, making a home.
Yes.
Or like, so there's a game that's come out called oh man, so it's a game about painting. You're a dog.
What?
You're painting. You're a dog, and it's like painting in color. Like it's like a coloring book style thing. Don't really bug me now, but it looks really neat. I think you'd love it. It's I'm gonna see if I can find it. It's got so many. It's oh god, what's it called? Right, I think I found Chicory. It's called Chicory.
Chicory, yeah, nice.
Chicory. So it's called Chicory, and it's kind of almost like a Zelda-like game.
Okay.
In a way, it's surprised. I think a lot of people are surprised by it. Like everyone that I've talked, that I've heard review it say, I didn't realize it was going to be like a Zelda-like. And you can turn off the fail state, and you can turn off, like, you can automatically win all boss fights.
Oh, okay, interesting.
You can click a button that just does that, which I think is really neat. Also, they have a really interesting hint system. So because it's Zelda-y, there's like some puzzle elements, and the hint system is you go to a phone box and you ring your mum.
Ha! Nice.
And that gives you one level of hint. And then if you really want to just be told what to do, you ask your mum to put your dad on the phone.
Okay.
And then you just get told what to do.
Nice.
But in a really encouraging way. Yeah. So yeah, Dave's saying the game journalist mode. That kind of they imagine, you know, you have to play this game and complete it in a time, you know, like to a deadline. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So I've been thinking about that and like what little things could we add, and a bit of a fear, I guess, of if we add these games that are, it's basically like adding cheat modes, right? But cheat has a real negative connotation, so I don't mean it that way, because it's their accessibility features really, and it is, go back to what you were saying, like to challenge, and different people like different things.
Yes.
How much? Yeah, like I don't know. Like I find it fascinating. Like both from the point of view of should, you know, like thinking now we're getting towards releasing version 1 and making it home. Should we be adding those kind of options? And what would those options be? What would they look like? But then also, like I think about how, like games as like a like, if you're going to call games art, right? Which I would.
Yeah.
Like, so you write books, but
I
you
do.
don't have options in the start of the book that change the way people read the book.
Or, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no way of you. Yeah. And it's that, like, yeah, it's strange. I don't know. I find it strange that. I mean, I'm not saying I don't think those options should be in games. I think they should, but it's an interesting, like a kind of. I suppose Dave's saying, like for kids edition, there might, you know, I suppose you could, I guess in a way, my first experience of The Hobbit was a comic version of it.
Oh, okay.
When I was so that's kind of, I guess, a similar thing. But yeah. Yeah, and Davesoft brings up Noita as an odd game because 80% of the content will not be seen by 80% of the players.
Yeah.
Well,
that was certainly,
which is another thing.
I think, that like even like massive like AAA games like MMOs wrestled with quite early on with World of Warcraft, not being like, feeling like a lot of players are not going to see a lot of the top content because they're not good enough or they're not organized enough to defeat the, you know, whatever bosses. And that was a real problem early on. It less of a problem ultimately. I'm going to go back to the Hamlet, but so that was an example where there was one more room where I could have gone, but like I didn't think it was worth it. But we get some nice rewards. We get a common trinket, so we can look at the trinket system a bit more. Got some heirlooms. My guys level up, gain some traits. Zoophobia, 20% versus beasts. 20% stress in the wheel. So like these are all bad. And then so he's got one which is quick reflexes.
So zoophobia. What's zoophobia?
It gets more stressful if he's fighting against beasts. So these are negative quirks, all right? Yeah. And they can become severe. And you get rid of quirks by sending people to the sanitarium. But I need to unlock it yet. I haven't got it yet. Same with the blacksmith and the guild. So but we can relieve a bit of stress in the tavern, Sean, you'll be glad to know.
Nice.
Yeah, and the abbey, but the tavern's, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but some heroes prefer the tavern, some heroes prefer the abbey. So it kind of makes sense. And you can
the abbey, like they're going to pray and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you can upgrade it as you can the other places. So so basically these give you like the so let's take a look. Like Dimas, so he does not gamble. That's why you can't put him here.
Yeah,
yeah. But you can go to the brothel or the bar.
Hang on, wait. He can't. Wait. He said he wouldn't gamble because the security's watching.
Yeah.
In the gambling hall.
Tells you everything you need to know about him, right?
But he'll go to the brothel.
Yeah.
What's his what?
Well, so that implies that he would cheat, right?
Right.
If he was allowed to, but he's quite happy with the pleasures of the flesh.
Yeah.
Right, but he's actually the one I don't want to send anyway because he's the lowest stress.
Yeah.
Really, I want to get some stress relief from one of these guys, but I'm going to check what we've got in the stagecoach first to see what we've got in terms of recruits. So we're definitely going to recruit all these guys because they're awesome and they're 3 new.
Do the stress levels just go down on their own over time, or do you have to do those things to reduce them?
No, you've got to. I'm pretty sure you've got to reduce them. If anything, in this game, stress goes up over time.
Hey, do you know what? I know some people who should probably play this game because that makes more sense than some decisions that.
Touche.
Ignore it. It's fine.
Yeah. So we're going to put him in the gambling hall. There we go. And then.
Does gambling always guarantee that their stress is lowered?
Yes, I think they all do. Again, it depends on how good your part of the tavern is, and I think it does depend. The numbers do slightly depend on their character as well. Some will get maybe more from gambling than others.
But there's not like gambling. You would think there might be a risk that you actually increase your stress.
Yeah, I don't think it's that nuanced. I'm not gonna lie. I think it is.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm interested. I guess I'm just interested in the idea that gambling reduces stress.
Yes. Yeah. Fair. So I've upgraded the bar because we've got someone in there who I'd quite like to have her stress reduced.
So you own the estate, is that correct?
Yes, your family does.
Okay,
yeah.
So it makes sense that you're upgrading the bar.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're quite right. So where can this guy go? Oh, he can't go in anywhere. What? This guy can't get... That's crazy. Okay. That's a bit of a surprise because he can go anywhere in the tavern either. Yeah. Wow, that guy's just gonna die of stress real quick. So how do I attach people's trinkets again? Maybe it's in the we'll try embarking and then we'll go. Yeah. So I'm not gonna take Reynold, who's getting a bit stressed out, but I'm gonna take the Hellion because that's legit, the Bounty Hunter, and the Occultist, known as the Killers. Right. So this opened up some options in the ruins. Now the other areas are still closed, but I can do a different mission. I can cleanse, I can explore, I can scout, or I can skirmish.
Cool.
And they have different rewards down here. So that's man at arms only. Yeah.
Is the thing that the trinket you've got, is that not a thing that you can wear? Whereas
it is.
Some of those look like
they are indeed. Yeah. The thing I'm trying to remember is where you actually equip them. So I think it might be in the actual dungeon itself, if I'm remembering rightly.
Right. Okay.
So let's cleanse. All right, it's medium. I think we're good. Let's provision. It involves camping. It's okay, so it's medium length. Oh, that's why. Okay, cool. We'll be fine. So we got some firewood for a camp. Let's take some torches. So I probably took, as you can see, too much in the way of provisions for the last one. But I'm going to take loads this time because it's a longer one. I'll take a couple of them. These are all fine. I don't really need them. take one skeleton key, but then I didn't use it last time, so it might not be. Oh, there we go. That's what we're gonna go for.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see this in a in kind of a modern, slightly different setting.
Right. So here it is. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Here are the items, right? And I can click on them. But where did I? I'm sure we got a trinket from a previous.
You got a trinket. Oh, but did you put the trinket in your inventory when you left?
I guess I didn't. That's the one thing I'm failing to remember how I equip trinkets.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Is there any cost to like digging the rubble, or is it just like
your shovel is one use only? Oh damn. Okay, so you got a debuff. But you can clear it without the shovel, but I think it usually does some damage.
Yeah.
I usually use the rogue to kind of open items, things like this, because he's got a better trap disarm, I think.
Oh, heirlooms. Right, okay, right. I think am I getting the story here? Where this is your birthright, but you've not been here yet, and it's all like spooky, and now you're getting everyone to kind of go through and
do everything
sort it out.
for
Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are you're like organizing everyone to do your day work, basically. If we're honest.
Yeah, and then you're just kind of letting them go crazy doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great.
Oh, that third guy along on the right looks a bit like.
You got to really deal with him.
That's Sean. That's also me in Zoom meetings.
Nice. Right, what are we gonna do? Okay, so this is where pushing makes quite a big difference, because this guy is really scary at the back, like but he doesn't do a lot if he's right at the front. So that's why I'm gonna kind of have him. But if I seem to remember, he was always a must-kill target because he damages stress rather than
just the animation is so good. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. It's interesting though, because like I put it slightly in the same camp as was it Monster Train, where it's kind of 2D flat plane stuff moving, but done in a really good way, like in a really satisfying way.
I'm trying to figure out by looking at it and to see if excuse me, sorry, if there is, I'm leaning in. Have they actually animated? Have they actually done animation, or is it a shader effect that's making that wobble of the arms? Like, is it actually someone has frame by frame animated the kind of like the waviness of the, or did someone just make? Yeah. I think Dave's off. Is it like rigged? Something just really it's just so it's such a good look, like with the head seems slightly
too big. Yeah.
But that adds, I don't know why that makes everything feel.
God, this guy's getting a lot of stress.
Yeah, she is. She's new, isn't she?
Yeah. But she's been hit by a couple of stress-inducing attacks, and then she's had some stuff happen to her.
Can you move her to the back?
I would, but I'd lose a lot of her abilities. Like
I see. So it's okay. It's okay to.
Yeah, like she's needed.
Need to use her this once, and then
she's needed. Yeah, definitely.
Go have a couple of drinks, and it'll be okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this. He's got a really variable heal. It's either really good or really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can pull the targets.
Yeah, there are like Dave Soft saying, there's lots of like nice little touches of like iconography that very consistent look.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Let's get us off and buffer up. She's doing some damage. Fuck! This guy's goblet. Oh, it's another 20 stress.
So can you leave at any time?
You can abandon or retreat from combat or abandon the quest. Yeah. Does he want to be at the front? So this kind of situation is where the ordering is really important, because he's at the front. He's fine. But he can't do some of his main abilities. But I lose his turn by trying to move him backward.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's probably right to do it. But he's one of my main damage dealers, and he wasn't dealing damage. So
yeah.
One of these. No, they've both had their turn. So let's try and heal. That's better. Good heal. This guy's not as good at the back either, so but he's going to try and pull you. This guy's going to try and whack it. There we go. It's always like, you always think the big damage dealers are the scary ones, but in my opinion, in my experience, it's always the annoying stress-inducing guys at the back.
Yeah.
That cause all the problems. Yeah, she's like a 93 stress. She's probably going to die real soon.
So can they die from stress, or do they go?
Yeah, crazy? I think they do die from stress.
Mm-hmm.
The point where I'm not even sure it's worth healing her. We're going to do it anyway, but she might not survive from the stress thing anyway.
How important? So, like, how big of a setback would it be to lose someone at this point?
Not a big deal, really, because they haven't gained much experience. So,
right. Yeah.
The worst thing would be ultimately is if it stops us completing the dungeon somehow. Like that would be less great.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the round timer. So you remember we were saying, like, if you take too long, other stuff appears. But we've got a while yet. I think it's still a while before that's likely to happen.
I don't know whether to say congratulations for quitting work or good luck. I hope everything's okay, Dave Soft.
Yeah, fair play, dude.
Good. It's good news.
Quitting work is one of my favorite things to do, but you know, that's,
cool. Another dev. What kind of dev gig? I remember when I quit my job as a teacher, like, it didn't feel like quitting, but I definitely started. I remember my head of department came up to me and said, "Yeah, when you handed in your notice, you became really bolshy, and it was quite nice." So then, in future jobs, I just began bolshy, and it was okay. Cool. It's a brave thing to do. I don't think people get, like, it's a very scary thing to do, but I sometimes think the worst thing that can happen is getting to the point where you feel trapped and you you don't want to leave. And I know so many people who are in that situation.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Yes, yeah. Dave's saying loads of IT jobs out there.
Oh yeah,
remote working. It has, like it's amazing, really. Like you could, you could, so like I was talking to someone about this, because I think everyone here knows I teach computer science, but so talking to a student and like that saying they can get a job working in London salary, and they only have to go into London like maybe once a month or something.
Oh yeah,
and they can live in Swansea.
Nice.
You live like a king.
And anywhere other than London. That's fair. Like I wonder if like London waiting is going to really survive as a concept.
That's it. Or it's a case. How do you even do that? Do you say to someone, "Oh, you're going to move to London? Then we'll pay you this much." Otherwise, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't really do that, can you?
No. It's not like when you stop and think about that, like that a place is so expensive to live that we pay people more.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like
literally mad.
Yeah. Because it's the same with like teachers. Like you get paid more, or like public service jobs. Like you get the London thing for teachers. Well, I don't know. I know it was teachers, but yeah, it's in the city of London is just it's something else.
Need to kill that guy at the back. There's always this guy you want. There you go. He did.
Nice. Yeah, it's I hired someone, or we hired someone to work for us. He's working in Cardiff, and yeah, I was really surprised. Like, we got a lot more people applying because of this idea of remoteness, but some people will move anyway and don't really do the remote thing, which I understand as well. So did she get?
She got
selfish.
Yeah, and she's stressed. I think she's afflicted with stress 100 out of 200. I think if she gets to 200, she's dead. Right. But so they give you a kind of like a chance to get it down before that happens. But she got a negative trait, and she did something that I wouldn't want her to do without me asking her to do it. Basically, she moved backwards.
Right.
And I might not be able to fully control her on her turn. I don't know.
Interesting.
Taking a beating.
Is this kind of like, there are RTS games that have this sort of thing going on, right? So like thinking like Total War has a morale system, right? I don't know if it does it kind of does in Warhammer Total War, but I don't know if it's as much of a thing as it is in like Shogun and stuff.
Yeah, like units running away. Oh god, okay, so she's just like, she's almost dead anyway.
Yeah.
And then everyone gets loads of stress when one of your persons are reduced to 0 HP. Any further damage has a chance to kill them, heal them to get them off death's door. So, yeah. It's going super well, in case anyone was wondering.
Wow, yeah.
it can.
Oh, stop hogging all the glory.
Yeah.
Is that because she's selfish? And
Yes, exactly. And she's seeing, and because she said that, someone else got extra stress. So, like it can snowball basically, right? Like,
yeah, that's cool. I like it.
I think we just need to kill them. There we go. All right.
I could definitely see this working in some kind of like sci-fi spaceship style game, you know, like survival or like the idea. Especially RimWorld kind of has this, doesn't it? Or has this idea of stress and mental health and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Spread.
Right, so I've given someone a trinket. There we go. I've done it in the actual thing. But where I get the trinket from, the one that I bought in the Hamlet, how I do that, I have no idea.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
A lot of people are bleeding as well, and I didn't bring any bandages, so that's on me if someone bleeds out between a fight.
Yeah. Are you continuing on?
Oh yeah, I haven't finished. We've got to complete 100% of the room battles, and just because someone's nearly dead, the mission doesn't finish.
2 people are nearly dead.
One person just properly died. Yeah.
Oh.
You have the option of abandoning the quest or press onward. Yeah, no, we're keeping going. We're keeping going. That was my healer as well, so this could get a little dicey.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I don't think my. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we do in the next couple of fights. But
I know this game does have this game has a reputation of being pretty hard, right?
Yeah. I think yes, but again, you are going to lose the people as well. It's fine. Nice.
Have you got any control over her now?
I don't think so. No, she just did that all. I mean, I think maybe I have a chance to control her because I've definitely asked her to do some stuff. And she's responded.
Yeah. Nacho's asking, what's the latest with Pillbug? What are we working on right now?
Well, you've been doing some sterling work, haven't you, with a new trailer?
Yeah. No, I recorded I've kind of edited a new trailer together. We're very much heading towards release. So it's like all those trailers we watched last week, it's like an explainer trailer. So I wrote a script, and then I recorded it, and then it's like a 3-minute long trailer. It's quite long. It's weird. It's definitely a different. I've never made a trailer like that before. It like almost goes against everything you know about trailers. Because it's so long. So I need to finish that off. Like it's kind of done, but like I don't know. Maybe I can make it better. I don't like. That's I don't know. We were talking about that before the stream. We are going to be doing a stream on Friday on Steam.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. For things that are happening on Friday on Steam. So yeah, we're going to do that, which would be nice. What we're going to be doing is almost like a practice launch day thing. I guess. It's a bit like so it'll be at. Are we doing it at 7? Are we kicking off?
I think so. Yeah. seem to remember.
If you go to the Making It Home page, there you can sign up to the event, and you can, and then it'll say when we go live. We were thinking. I mean, I think I mentioned last week. I don't know if you were here, Nacho. We are going to potentially stream our launch live, and so we're going to maybe use this as a practice for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we're still getting that final patch sorted. It's really close to so it's just some story that needs to go in, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. And once that's in, then it needs testing. So what we're gonna do, I'm pretty sure we said we were gonna do this. I'm gonna say it, and then if we didn't say we we're gonna do this, but I think we should. I think we should do this. This is what I think we should do. Is that we're going to get that version 1.0 patch done. Like, our plan is to launch in September. So we leave early access in September.
Yeah.
But we're going to have the patch done before that, because we want to test it. And also send out to some streamers and stuff. So what we're going to do is create like a beta branch on Steam. And then that will be password protected, but we'll give that password out in like Discord and stuff. So those of you, you lot can try it early. We talked about that, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, because it's one of those things we'll get, because testing and stuff. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one because on one hand, there's a big argument that we shouldn't do that. that we should hold it, keep it close to our chest, and kind of do it on the launch day because we want to have a buzz when we launch. But also it feels a bit like not nice because people have paid to join the game in early access and we finished a thing and we're holding it away from those people.
Yeah.
Because actually launching a game in August is not a good idea. And that's, or we're just kind of that. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
But there's that mixing of, but that felt kind of pooey to me. So I think to both of us. So which not, especially when we realized that we're going to want to send that build to press and streamers. And then we just click a button and say it's no longer in early access, and the game goes on sale for like a week or whatever, and then it's done. So yeah, I want to. So yeah, I kind of there's some accessibility stuff I want to add, possibly. I definitely want to, whether or not. I think I need to think about what's within our ability.
There's another one down.
Oh no, Dave.
The problem is I was about to abandon the quest and they were like, are you sure? Because you lose stuff like that. Sorry, there's the stress of defeat. And I was like, well, I'm abandoning it because people are dying from stress. But if they're just going to die from stress from abandoning it, at least I should just push on, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to see. We're really rocking on hard mode now. So that's cool. So
Friday we're going to actually play the development build.
Yeah.
On stream. So we're going to play the kind of what we've done so far of the 1.0 patch. We're going to avoid certain bits that we want to be a surprise.
Correct. Yeah.
We're not going to be playing any of Act 3 because we want that to be a surprise for you. But we can play there's some stuff that and the new trailer. I think it will show off a little bit of the I think if you've been playing the game, I think that you'll notice things in the trailer that people that haven't you'll be like, oh, that's new, or that's a nice well, I hope this is the thought process. That's a nice quality of life feature.
Yeah.
That has been added. But yeah, I'm scared about writing the patch notes. Like I'm like the number of Git commits I've made since the last patch is like scary. Like
Seize this momentum. Push on to the
like
tasks.
the last time I actually got to look now. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves as I scroll down to whenever the last. Oh my! Wow! Wow! Okay. Right.
2 rooms left.
So
2 rooms left. You can do this. You can do this.
I don't like. Is there a way of counting the number of commits in Git? I don't know, but like, it's a lot.
Okay.
Like, it's a big number that I don't want to count.
Oh, I should have moved.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. This is going to go terribly.
Are you gonna lose?
I think so. But you get
Yeah.
to see what happens when someone loses. That's the good news.
Yeah. And just to be clear on like here some highlights from my Git commit messages. Increased funds in dev cheat mode.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm sure I appreciated that.
Improved performance of portal panel.
Nice.
Yeah. The money UI now only updates when your money changes.
Good solid stuff so far.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good. Oh no. Okay. I won't. So what's kind of interesting is like, so this one that a lot of you are going to be like, what? Fans now fire the wind with the correct velocity.
No, sure. Like Sean is, got some pretty. You do the specifics, don't you? You don't just like screw yourself later by saying fixed button, as Dave Soft suggests.
Yeah. Improved rocket engine effect.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Anyway, you guys don't want to hear this.
I'm going to abandon this quest, having lost 3 of my
Abandon
4. Yeah.
Oh, I like this. Oh man, this is. I like this commit message. Portals are now aware of their frame of reference.
Wow. Isn't that
Yeah,
like dangerous?
Yeah.
Like from
I made the portal self-aware. I completely rewrote all the camera code again because of course I did. Because I can't possibly go a patch without doing that. Oh, I fixed that bug where the co-op the panels only worked for the first player who walked into the panel.
Oh, okay.
But that's fixed now.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really so the final boss, like doing the final boss, highlighted lots of bugs that we hadn't seen.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was very hard to get working, but now it was like, oh, now oh, that's a bug that no one's noticed because of reasons. But yeah, I only have 1 branch, Nacho. I'm a 1 branch kind of guy.
1 branch and done.
Yeah, 1 branch. Branches scare me. Like I work on my like solo development. That I kind of feel like.
Okay.
Have you? I wonder if have you seen Dave Soft's? I wonder if the last boss involves going left.
Interesting.
God,
Dave Soft, you're on it. How do
you use this?
Yeah,
common.
that's
like why is it there?
So I can unequip them, but like, I can't. It must be when I go to provision. That's what I need to do.
I bet it's in provision where you buy stuff. You probably can just drag.
Ready to make weapons of war.
Okay.
So what happens in the blacksmith? You can create weapons and stuff?
So you can upgrade their weapons and armor, which you you don't get new items. You only get trinkets in terms of items. So let's have a look. Right, so we'll build a party. Right, this guy, because he's our only like beefcake. This lass, she quite likes being near the front, and then a plague doctor. She's quite happy near the back. Right, these are short. Let's go for a short rather than a medium.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have abomination. We don't have.
So do you think you bit off more than you could chew by going for that medium?
It was a little bit. I had a lot of level zeros, basically.
Yeah.
So that's that.
So it has that similar feeling of like Loot Perry where you're kind of managing your leveling up in a way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where is? How do I am confused.
Did you click on it there? Go back to in that provision. If you click on the provision button,
yeah,
you click on your little chest in the bottom right now, and then drag it in.
Yes. Maybe no.
No.
That's weird.
That's weird, isn't it?
I'm sure there is a way of doing this, and
there must be. Otherwise, why would you have the trinket?
Yeah.
Moves don't like.
It definitely goes on a person because I did it inside the dungeon when I looted a trinket, right? So the question is, how do we get that when we're not inside the dungeon?
Okay, right. Well, when I typed in how to equip T, it came up Trinkets Darkest Dungeon as like a suggested.
It knew. Yeah.
Well, people don't know. Lots of people don't.
Yeah. Well, what did it say?
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Let me read. You right mouse button your character. You open your chest. You can drag the trinket into the slot.
Yes, the right mouse button on character. That's the key. Because I can also change what people can do here because I wanted Inspiring Cry. They also have camping skills, by the way. Like, we didn't get to that because we didn't
Wait. Right. Okay. Now, I've just realized something. People are searching for that phrase.
Yeah.
Can we go back in time and we can create one of those videos that's like how to equip trinkets in Darkest Dungeon?
Clip this, right? Is that what you're saying? Clip it now, and then we will be the next big streamers.
Well, yeah, or we just act it out now again. Like we pretend,
Well, like pro strats, everyone.
Yeah.
Right click your character. Mm-hmm. Equip your trinket. Done.
Yeah. And many people find this part of the game very confusing.
Right, well, we're exploring an episode, so we don't need to go that way. No one's really good at hit traps here, so we're just going to make you do it. Yeah. So this is Darkest Dungeon, Sean. Like, this is the loop. You've seen what happens when people die.
Yeah. I guess that... To me, the hook is going to be the meta loop, right? The kind of the outside managing your party, not within just this run.
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of surprised how long these runs are, because if the core, I don't know, like.
Well, that one, that one that I did a moment ago was a medium length run, right? And I was almost at the end, but like obviously, like except for the whole dying bit. The short ones are obviously much more manageable in that sense. Yeah,
no, I love the look. it's one of those games like I hate to be this guy. I hate to be this person. You said you've got this on the Switch.
I do.
I feel like I'd play this more on a Switch in handheld mode, lying down on my couch.
Yeah, it's a great game for that. Like, you do have to, like, if you're going to do it well, you do have to be paying attention. But ultimately, you can just do that kind of, like, it's turn-based, right? Like, you can just, you know, it's okay if you're interrupted, you know, you can, whatever, it's not a problem. And you can just kind of be a bit chill with it. Good for, like, train journeys and stuff, right? Like, stuff like that as well.
I think one thing the pandemic's really affected, like one of the many things that that it's kind of affected me, is this feeling that I don't want to sit in front of my PC playing games as much.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And like looking at a game like this, of like, I'm immediately like, I want to play this downstairs on. I want to not be in this room any longer than I have to be. You know? Like,
yeah.
It's not that bad. It's just I found, I don't know, the last couple of weeks that's been getting really, like, I've got to that limit, I think, or like yeah. I think a lot of people are finding it similar, right? Like, it's a similar feeling.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, it's neat. It does look, it looks really cool. Yeah. I need to do that more.
Do what?
Like, just sit on my couch playing on my Switch. Like the indie games like this, because like, I'm thinking back to a couple of years ago, I played SteamWorld Dig 2.
Oh yeah.
On my Switch when me and Joe took a week off and went to Suffolk, and all our family and friends were kind of working, and so we kind of just had a really chill week where we just, you know, we'd go out somewhere nice and then come back and just chill in the cabin we'd rented or whatever. And I just played through that entire game.
Nice.
And it was really, like, like, it's a short, these games are kind of a really nice length. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So did you fall off it, or was there a reason you fell off the game, or?
I finished it.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. In a rare turn of events. I mean, again, the games I've played on my Switch, I have played on my Switch. You know, like Slay the Spire. There's like, I mean, they've changed things a lot recently. Or no, not that recently. They've changed things a lot since I finished playing it. But there was like 3 achievements in that entire game I hadn't got. One of which, by the way, I didn't like this. I didn't know what it was. Like, it was just like it was there. I didn't know what it was. So I couldn't build.
Knew it was there.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, I can't 100% this because I don't know what I've got to do. Or I just kind of keep playing until randomly. Or I look it up online, which I wasn't particularly, I didn't really want to do. So, yeah. But yeah, like as I said, the games that I have on Switch that I have played, I have gone deep on.
It's such a low barrier to entry of like pulling it off the dock and you can start playing it.
Yeah,
I think and that makes a difference. That does make such a huge difference.
It does. I'm not sure my partner loved it as much because like I could, but then like it's really no different to having your phone. Like you just like pull out your phone and suddenly you're on Twitter or you're checking your email or whatever. It's like it's just a more enjoyable version of that.
I can imagine doing like put my headphones on the couch. Joe's watching TV. Like and it's
finding the stuff is only the first step.
Yeah. Maybe I need to do that some more.
Well, yeah, I can recommend Darkest Dungeon. It's unfortunately you have it on Game Pass, so pick it up on Switch.
But like I do that. I mean, That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that's if I do you know what? If I could stream Microsoft games to my Steam link, I would be I wouldn't buy any games. I just have Game Pass pretty much. Like
yeah.
But I only have Game Pass when it's £1, so
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the new Bethesda game Starlink is going to be, is it Starlink? Is going to be exclusive to Xbox and Microsoft.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
It's serious value, isn't it? You can't argue with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's coming to game. Yeah. Wow. Like it's just. Yeah.
Natural asks, when can fans stream making at home, Sean?
Whenever you fancy.
Yeah.
Like you go ahead. Like you don't have to wait until release. It would be helpful. Like it obviously it's helpful for us to get a buzz going around release day. But people can buy it now, so like you should and also if you enjoy it, you do it. Enjoy it, enjoy it, do it because you enjoy it. Do it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you do, be sure to let us know, and we can share that and share it in our Discord and
do all the tweets,
do
things,
all the tweets and stuff, and we can retweet it and we can. We should probably get back into the habit of doing. We did it with Cycle 28 for a bit. Is we'd post like a couple of videos on the Steam, like
the dev plays type thing, or other people's videos. Sorry,
other people's. Like we could, like do like a couple of videos in a Steam announcement every. I've been trying to do like one Steam announcement a month. As like a kind of update. That's something I'd like to do more of, but it's like so many things. It's time, isn't it? Like it's just. Yeah, so just let us know, and if you archive it to YouTube or anything, that'd be cool.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
We need to do some streamer outreach, don't we?
Yes, that's on the list now that summer's kicked off a little bit. Being able to do that would be part of what I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks.
And if anyone has any ideas of streamers that you know of that we might not have heard of, then do let us know, and we can contact them. And you can bug them yourself. You can
bug them. You can inform them of the great thing that they're missing out on, which is you do that. Yeah, just making it home.
Yeah, I think it'll feel good to get it all out and into not early access.
Oh yeah.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
It's a shame you can't hear the voice acting, Sean. It's pretty good. Whoever they got to do it is pretty legit.
I will go back and listen to it in a moment.
Yeah. I haven't got the sound up very high, but I'm sure you are. Okay, I think this is the last room I have to do. Clear this.
Yeah, no, this is like I love the look. I don't know why I didn't realize how good it looked before.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, like but super. Yeah. Does this have the feeling of like a roguelite? Like you're doing runs, right? So does it have that?
It's definitely light because like things change. It gets easier. What you're doing gets better. So yeah, it's not a roguelike. That's for sure. But I don't know because it's like a party dungeon delving game. I don't know if that tips it into something else when you're not controlling just like one character. Does that make sense?
It's definitely like it's that same it's kind of like it's along the same kind of like, I don't know, those same. It's pushing those buttons, isn't it? It's really it's interesting how the kind of run-based stuff has just become such a thing. Like just every indie game has, like, and ours does. It's just it's like this. It's almost got to the. It's almost like jumping as a mechanic. You know, it's like it's like that basic. You know, like you don't have to even really explain that it's run-based.
No. No, you don't. Yeah, it's like you say, it's a ubiquitous game mechanic now. I mean, I guess that what that also means is it's just not a USP anymore either, is it? Like,
yeah.
So it's interesting here. Like, right, I can complete it. But I haven't got the chest in the room, so that's why I want to continue adventuring, get the chest.
Yeah.
And then book out, which is a bit weird when it's the last, room.
Yeah, you think you'd automatically get that chest, right?
You would, yeah, but that was something it took me a couple of runs back in the day to notice that's exactly what was going on there. So yeah, cool. People getting experience and traits and things, and there we are. So
yeah, I mean, that would be a pain.
Yeah, fighting out with people. It would just be annoying. I'm glad they don't make you do that rewrite, because it'd be just annoying backtracking through corridors, even if there's not actually any encounters. So there we go. There's Darkest Dungeon. We've still got a couple of new classes that haven't turned up yet. There's a Man-at-Arms and a Houndmaster. The Houndmaster has a doggo, and that's awesome.
Nice.
So, and yeah, like
I almost asked you if you can pet it, but then like I don't want to go there.
Yeah, exactly. You're above that kind of thing, Sean.
I'm at that. That's just not funny anymore, is it?
So there we go. Darkest Dungeon.
Cool.
Check it out on Game Pass if you have such a thing, or fancy it as a Steam game. Yeah, like interesting. I think not as unique now as Loop Hero felt. I mean, I don't know. Like, I hadn't played many games like this when I came across Darkest Dungeon. I was like, okay, this is cool.
It was definitely a game that lots of other games have taken stuff from.
Yeah,
I think. Like, I think it's like that. Yeah, it's definitely like.
And I mean, some of the I'm a big fan of turn-based games. You know that. I like the like as we were saying in reference to a different game. I like that. There's a lot to think about in terms of positioning, not just of your characters, but of enemy characters. And initially, I felt like there's a learning curve, like with so many games, obviously, but like that included realizing that damage is important, but it isn't the only thing that's going on in a game like this. And I just kind of like that in most games. Like, if you're just into big numbers and dealing damage, great. But for me, that holds my interest to a point, and then I want the game combat mechanics to be doing something else, right? Like doing something interesting or making me think about something else.
It pushes that idea of the kind of, it's like it writes stories, I guess, like in the sense that one of your characters got so stressed out she became selfish, and that then she got annoyed at someone else and because of that, and and like that knock-on effect. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
I think and it gets the coveted Dave Soft "It's Fine" award.
Yeah, like I any game that gets that at this rate, I think is a winner. Is like a 4-star in other people's book, right? Like so yeah, there we go. Sean, where can people find us?
They can find us at pillbug.zone, and they should definitely come along to the stream on Friday on Steam.
On Steam.
Yeah.
Making it home on Steam.
Making it home version 0.9999998.
And yeah, we've done enough of our SEO so that when you type in MAKI, I think we're the top that comes up on Steam. So there we go.
Are we?
I don't know. I think so. I never type. I have to. I type it in a lot, and I never have to type very much before I'm like, oh, that's this. But that could just be, you know, my cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Awesome. Cool.
Cheers, Sean. See everybody next week.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.